Alright YouTube, welcome to my first ever weapon farming guide for the Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary DLC. This is going to be for how to get the rainbow / effervescent weapon, the Nirvana. This is a Maliwan SMG which is probably best fit for characters like Maya. That's who I've been using it on in my playthrough, as I started a new level 30 Siren character just to play this DLC fresh from the start. I got this weapon pretty early on into my farming run and I couldn't get a second one to drop, but I tried for maybe 2 hours or so. I'm going to show you guys the route now and what you're going to want to do and which enemies you're going to want to be killing in order to get this weapon. This is also a pretty good farm for other legendaries in general. I actually managed to get a legendary Siren class mod, a legendary Necromancer class mod and a Gub during this farming run, and that's because we can include the loot nests into this run, which if you don't know already are basically like new versions of the Mimics from the Tiny Tina DLC. But anyways, I'll show you the route now and show you how you can get your hands on this rainbow rarity Nirvana SMG. So, to start this off, I'm going to show you the enemies that can drop this weapon. You're going to want to look for these things. They're called infected badass sprouts. They can spawn from these infected pods that can sometimes appear after killing other enemies such as infected Goliaths and bruisers. If a pod does spawn, do not destroy it, as there is a chance that they can spawn one of these enemies, giving you more chances to get the Nirvana. As for the route we take to get here, you're going to want to fast travel to the Borderlands or whatever it's called. I can't actually remember, sorry. But you'll know this area. It's it's just after you meet Vaughn. It's the next area. And you just want to take the car, head straight over to this area where I am right here. If you stick to the right hand side and head down into the corner area of this little like infected cave, you will find 2 chests and 2 loot nests. Now these things are so good, like as you can see here, this is where I get the Gub. And they drop like iridium, they drop, you know, blues quite frequently. The chests at the back I've not had much luck with. I haven't actually had anything decent from the chests, but it's always worth a look because you never know. You know, you might get a legendary, you might get some decent purples or something. So I'm just having a quick look at the Gub right here, but no one cares about the Gub. I've never actually really used that weapon, but yeah, this is about the new Rainbow Nirvana weapon. So what I recommend doing, especially if you're not 72, not 80, not maxed out, is literally just kill everything you can in this like infected cave, because like most of the enemies have a chance of spawning the infected pods, which are obviously what you're going to want to use in order to maximize your chances of getting the Nirvana, because the infected badass sprouts can only spawn from the pods. So if you head over this way, you will get a 3rd loot nest, which is always worth, you know, killing. And then what you want to do is head to the center of this room. You'll see, like, if you look up, there's like loads of pods on the ceiling. There'll be a big badass enemy that always spawns there, like every single time it will spawn there. But if you look at the roof, there are guaranteed pods. So if you see right there, there's some pods on the ceiling, and those will always spawn sprout enemies. They won't always be badass sprouts, but it will spawn some sprout enemies, and there's a possibility that they will be badass ones. So here's just a second different run. I don't think I actually get anything on this run, but it's just, you know, showing you the loot nest, showing you the chests right here. It's just a really fun and effective run, in my opinion. Like, I mean, you've got the chance of getting the Nirvana, you've got the chance of getting legendaries or pearls or whatever from the loot nests, and then you've got these 2 loot chests here, which are always good to take a look at. And also, you'll more than likely end up with the car skins, you know, the vehicle skins, like the new rainbow vehicle skins. You'll more than likely end up with those as well, because I got both of them about 4 or 5 times from different enemies in this area. So as you can see, there's another pod. It drops just a regular psycho, but yeah, sometimes they will drop the infected badass sprouts, which are the enemies you're going to want to be looking for in this area. So sometimes as well, I think I included this gameplay because sometimes you'll get extra spawns after you've cleared out the initial ones, and they will be like back here, like little stragglers, like heading back towards where the initial loot nests are. And it's always worth, you know, checking the area to make sure that you have killed everything, because A, it's good XP, and B, you don't want to miss any of the badass sprouts, because there isn't a whole lot of difference between the normal sprouts and the badass sprouts. The only way you can really tell is by the name. They have like a few more of the spores growing on them or whatever, but aside from that, like there isn't a lot of like visual difference. So there we just killed another loot nest, and then you head into the center here, and you'll see the the guy took a while to spawn in, but there he is. I'm gonna probably be doing this this run quite a lot. I'm gonna try and get a better version of the Nirvana. To me, it's basically just like a reskin of the Hellfire. In fact, it almost looks like the Hellfire, but with like this rainbow skin on it. The only difference, I would say, from what I can tell, is that it appears to have a little more splash damage and probably a faster fire rate at least, or I don't know if that's because of some other buffs I might have on, but that's what it seems like to me. So yeah, I'm just going to play the footage right now from where I actually got the Nirvana to drop from one of these badass sprouts, so you can take another look at the weapon. I found it to be super effective for Maya. Like it's honestly probably one of the best SMGs I've used. I know I'm only level 32, 33 in the gameplay, but I'm probably going to do this farm again on a higher level character, because I do have a bunch of higher level characters. I just, for this DLC, I did the instant level 30 character thing, and I made a new Siren, and I wanted to play through like fresh, like without any like OP guns or any OP gear. I just wanted to play it like legit. So here's the Nirvana. You can take a look. I don't know anything about parts and stuff, so I'm sorry that I can't comment on the parts. It's probably something worth learning at this point since we've got this new DLC out. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll leave my links down in the description, such as Twitch, Twitter. Please stay tuned for more of these guys on how to get more of the rainbow rarity / effervescent weapons. And yeah, this has been Menthex. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.